Welcome to the 3 Simple Steps video series. We're really glad that you've joined us today and that you're going to be part of our journey. My name's Tracy Gibson.
And I'm Diane Lloyd. And what we want to talk to you today about is vision and the idea of having a personal vision. And so we want to start by telling you why we think having a vision is important. And I believe a lot of people have the experience of moving away from things that aren't working for themselves in their life. And when something isn't working, you make a decision to get out of that situation and to move away from that discomfort or that pain. And so you make decisions to get out of something. And what we've learned through practice for ourselves is the power of actually having a vision to move towards something. So you're making decisions in your life that move you forward to a place that you've described and designed and told yourself, this is my vision, this is my destination, this is where I want to go, this is how I want to feel. So that's why we believe vision is so powerful. And we've both had experiences of moving away from things in our life, and that worked for a while, I think, for both of us, and we have our unique stories. And I'll tell you a little bit about my story just to put the idea of having a vision in context for you. And I had the experience of going to a retreat probably 5 years ago now when I was working with a coach, and I didn't really know what I was getting into with this retreat, but I really enjoyed this coach, so I thought I'd go and experience this retreat. And at the retreat, we're sitting in a circle, these women, not really sure what to expect today, and she asked us this powerful question: what is your vision for your life? And it was simple question, really hard for me to answer, and it was really telling that I had not spent any time thinking about the future. I didn't really know what I wanted my life to look like or feel like 20, 30 years down the road, but I knew in that moment that the choices I was making at that time were not going to lead me anywhere near the vision that I wanted for myself. So I quickly it wasn't quick to describe my vision for myself, but I quickly realized I needed to figure it out. And once I did, my vision was very simple for myself, and it was to live a life where I was connected to the people that I love and to help other people reach their full potential. And I wasn't a coach at the time. I was doing completely different work, but somehow that piece was really clear to me that that's what I wanted. So I didn't overhaul my life right away. I didn't leave that retreat and quit my job and make a bunch of decisions immediately, but it sat with me as a guidepost for several months, and gradually I was able to make decisions, and they were much easier decisions to make when I kind of knew where I was headed. And it was really about how I wanted to feel and the kind of purpose I wanted to be living, and that's all I needed to guide me towards a different future and to the life I live now, which is much happier, more fulfilling, and really much closer to taking me to that vision that I described for myself. So that was vision for me, Tracy, and so I'd love to hear about your vision.
Yeah, mine started with a question, I think, as well. I realized, and I love when Diane's explaining about the moving away from things, and there was a couple of years for me that I was really in process of moving away from my career. Wasn't really enjoying it the same way that I had, and when I was actually going through my coaching program at Royal Roads, we did a lot of work on what our vision was and what we wanted to be, and it was that simple question for me of where did I see myself in 5 years. And I think what happened in that moment was it wasn't about, I wasn't really clear on the vision at that time, but I was definitely, I knew I didn't want to be where I was sort of in that moment. And that was the sort of the exhilaration that came from that, the fear that came from that, and that was the sort of the beginning process of me really letting go and really moving towards something. And so through a whole bunch of work and conversations, I started to develop my vision a bit more. It became more clear, there was more focus, there was more direction, and I was really able to connect with what it was that I wanted to do, because people around me the job that I had, people couldn't believe that that wasn't fulfilling. People couldn't understand why I would want to leave the career that I had, because it really was, in a big scheme of things, making a difference to people. But what I really wanted to do was for each person to help each person see themselves, and to have that done in a really meaningful way, which was what led me down the path to coaching. So my vision became so much clearer that yes, I wanted to make a difference, but I wanted to really make a difference to each individual, so that they saw that their inner strength within them and how to use that. So I think that's it. It really was a pivotal piece for me, being asked, well, where do I see myself in 5 years? So where do you see yourself? What do you see? What do you see happening in your life? And we've put together a worksheet that we want you to take some time for yourself, take some time for you, and work on the questions that we've provided in the worksheet and see where they lead you, and sit with them for a little bit. This isn't a process that happens overnight.
No.
And this isn't something that is going to all of a sudden hit you over the head like a hammer. It really is a process, and it's a process where I think you would agree we have to be kind to ourselves during the process, as we let ourselves follow this direction and to get the clarity and focus. So we invite you to take the time for you. Find that space, sit with them. We're here to support you, and we look forward to talking about theme and in our next video. So watch for that in your inbox, and we'll see you soon.
Good luck.